It's time to just engage in some, I suppose, pageantry. A little bit of candy, I guess. Saying that about Asmongold, covering Asmongold stuff, just sounds wrong, I'll be honest. Well, he's jealous of Hasan being renowned and celebrated for his work. Says he's a streamer acting like a journalist. Okay, well. What do we got here?
Really interesting.
So this is when Hasan was detained by CBP, right?
Was in the actionable side of things.
Yeah.
They also asked, have you ever interviewed a member of Hamas? Have you ever had a communication or correspondence with a member of Hamas, Hezbollah, or the Houthis?
Which he has not.
Now, what's really fucking insane about that is that as someone who works in media, sometimes I do actually do journalism, right? As I've maintained this position over and over again. And I said that I would...
Journalism is when you tell people that they're like anime characters.
I mean, like... Yeah, man. Sure. Journalism is the same shit you do, where all you do is you sit on your fucking ass and you're just like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's cool. I'm like trying to think, like, if Asmongold were to do journalism, what would that be like? You know, what would he say? What would he do? I don't know, probably sit there, durdle about, and just say nothing. Why the hell does he care about that? Very often in a lot of like interviews, there's like the more serious questions, and then like by the end of the interview, you just ask like more silly, fun questions. That's how that works. Similar to like a podcast. Okay? Like, sure, man. You asked terrorist about Luffy from One Piece. What's up with that? And it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, One Piece. It's like, dude, like, what else do we need to say here? This is fucking stupid. It's silly. It's ridiculous. Like, it's just dumb, dude. Why does this matter? Why does this matter?
Yeah.
Like, bro, literally everything that you do is you just sit there and you're just like, yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Yeah. If we want to talk about lazy content or whatever the fuck that means, you are the king of the laziest of fucking content, my dude. Like, you don't give a shit about any of this. Get the fuck out of here with your complete nonsense, dude.
I don't want to be too particularly mean, but if Hasan was as big of a journalist as he claims he would be, maybe Bernie Sanders would sit down with him for more than 15 minutes.
Hey! You want to know why Bernie only sat with Hasan for 15 minutes on the most recent interview he had with him? He was on tour doing political rallies and was about to fucking speak at one of those rallies in Arizona. You fucking moron. Like, what the fuck else are you supposed to say about this? This is actually fucking insane, dude. No fucking politician would want to bother spending time with a fucking dirtling moron like fucking Asmongold, because all he would do is just be like, yeah, okay, cool, yeah, whoa, yeah, epic, bro, yeah. And then he would just say like some like 3 IQ troglodyte question that is just like, meaningless, just complete like nonsense for nonsense sake. It would be basically meaningless and no one would care, and then the interview would be over. It would be the most boring fucking stupid shit on the planet. But you know, okay, whatever. Yeah, either that or it's like he'll talk about like, so like, you think trans people are like mentally ill, right? And then the Republican politician would be like, yeah, I do think trans people are mentally ill, and that would be the interview. Stupid. It's just dumb. But yeah, like, Sure, man. The problem with Hasan's interview is the fact that Bernie Sanders only stayed with him for 15 minutes because he had to go on a fucking goddamn, like, speaking tour during a rally. Like, do people understand just how fucking dumb this is? Idiot. Just stupid. Actually, no, hold on. We're gonna do a debunking. Debunking time. Bernie talking with Hasan Piker, right? Uh-oh. This is from 3 months ago, and this was about 40 minutes. Whoa. I guess Hasan is actually a pretty big, relevant journalist, because this was more than 15 minutes. He's such a fucking moron, dude. He's so stupid. When was other times that fucking, Hasan talked with Bernie Sanders? Because again, his most recent interview was about 15 minutes. Why? Whoa, it's because Bernie was on tour doing his oligarchy tour. That's why. You fucking stupid moron. You incredibly, incredibly stupid, dense motherfucker. Christ, dude.
Not trying to be mean, but you're a streamer.
Yeah, and you're retarded. You are just incredibly, incredibly fucking dim-witted. One of the stupidest motherfuckers I've ever seen on the fucking planet. Just very, very slow, very dim-witted, very fucking dumb.
Stop trying to act like you're a journalist.
Stop. Okay, then how about this? You're also a streamer. How about you stop doing all the fucking culture war, fucking talking point nonsense and bullshit? How about you stop acting like a fucking journalist? Because you pretend you're a fucking journalist, but for fucking stupid anti-woke gamer shit. Like, fuck out of here, bro. Honestly. He's dumber than the unks on Indian right-wing news. I'm fucking saying it. Honestly, Boy Meets Mini, like, that's not much of an achievement.
Would have given the opportunity to talk to someone that is a part of the Ansar Allah movement, a Houthi, or even Hamas, or even Hezbollah, right?
Nobody would be criticizing that. And you guys remember, I defended him interviewing this guy until I watched it and I saw the entire thing myself. Because
that is also incredibly fucking stupid. Because again, if you know anything about, I think it's Ahmed al-Rashad, his last name literally is not al-Houthi. If it was al-Houthi, then he's a Houthi. Like, I need people to understand just how incredibly fucking dumb this shit is. This is incredibly, incredibly fucking stupid. His last name isn't al-Houthi, it's al-Rashad. So therefore, why the fuck are we complaining about the fact that he's a Houthi? Like, we're complaining about the contents of the fucking interview. You want to know, like, what they fucking talked about? Besides, like, everyone only remembers about fucking, oh, dude, you're like Luffy from One Piece. That's, like, the only shit that these motherfuckers remember, because that's, like, the same shit all their stupid slop tube fucking content creators that these morons fucking engage with. That's the only thing that they remember is, Houthi, pirate, One Piece, yeah, that means that's, like, the only thing that Hasan talked about. When he also talked about, like, what's it like in Yemen? What's it also like in, like, during the fucking campaign that the Saudi Arabians were conducting? There was actual, like, questions that were being asked. This is really fucking stupid.
Is I agree with this in essence, but not in this practice.
I think that
what the fuck does that even mean? Like, in essence, but not in this practice. That's fucking completely utterly meaningless. Like, that's just dumb, dude. You have to be a fucking idiot to think like this. Oh, yeah, I totally, like, agree with this in, like, essence. It's just like, what does that mean? I don't know. Like, flick the fucking bean or some shit. it's I don't think I need to constantly reiterate just how fucking dumb this really is, dude.
I have the right to do so. And what was interesting, you don't do journalism, you grift. I know, Chatter. That's why the fucking federal government is trying to arrest me.
Asmongold, you do not understand what the term grifter means if you are laughing at that fucking message. Do we need to do a definition of what grifting is? A grifter, if we are talking about in the political context, is a person who adopts particular political views in order to be able to make money from them. That is what a grifter is.
Me, yes, because I'm grifting too hard. That's what it is. Thank you. Yes, you're
So the federal government is trying to arrest him because he's doing... Okay, I get it. Yeah.
Like, do you know what being detained means, Asmongold? Like, I like quite literally, yes, they did. They detained him. They didn't arrest him. They just detained him. They were thinking of arresting him if he didn't answer his fucking questions. If he didn't answer the questions the way that they wanted to, they would have probably arrested him. He knows nothing, dude. It is just incredible just how mind-numbingly stupid this motherfucker is, dude.
Fucking dumbass slop tuber is correct. I'm grifting.
I'm gonna have to say that I don't think that he's grifting. Like, I think he believes what he's saying. I think the entire idea of saying somebody's grifting is stupid. Like, somebody is grifting whenever they believe something and then they do the opposite.
That is not what grifting means. If, like I said before, with the definition I said earlier, in terms of grifting, a grifter is someone of course, in a political context, a grifter is someone who adopts particular political positions for the express purposes of making money. They don't actually believe in those positions. You, Asmongold, are a political grifter because you don't believe in anything. The only reason why you have done the right-wing pivot that you have done is not because you have a fundamental belief in, like, right-wing politics. I don't think you fucking believe in anything, because whenever you talk about particular issues, it's just complete incoherent babble and nonsense. It's incoherence. I don't think Asmongold believes in much of fucking anything. So it is correct to call him a grifter, because he doesn't believe in shit. He says the things that he says to go after a particular audience. That is grifting. Hasan is not a grifter. And the reason why Hasan is not a grifter is because he does genuinely believe in sort of left-wing emancipatory beliefs and systems. Therefore, Hasan, not really a fucking grifter. You just do anything possible in order to get clicks. That is grifting behavior. Asmongold, you are the definition of a fucking grifter. Now, I do think to a certain extent that not Hasan, but that Asmongold probably does fucking believe in quite a few of the right-wing things that he might say. He might believe in some of them. Maybe. But, That said, Hasan does have some audience capture issues. I don't 100% disagree with that. But in comparison to, like, a lot of, like, right-wingers, it's nowhere near as bad, I'll be honest. I think it's, like, just complete nothing. Like, it's like a nothingness. Asmongold will jump on any particular bandwagon or anything in order to just make money from certain audiences. He doesn't believe in anything. He's completely full of it.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. And so one chatter. No, and the thing is, like, he gonna get mad about that. That's it. He's lying and he hates his fan base. I don't want to get into that. Yeah, that's what.
Let's get into an example of Asmongold trying to sort of do some potential fucking grifting. So what? Asmongold goes full Roach King talking about women's attractiveness in games. Oh boy, the same fucking 3 IQ idiotic bullshit as always. Men are the primary audience, and men don't want to look at an ugly bitch. Sorry, somebody gotta say it. How many gamers are there? I literally looked this up yesterday because I was curious. Like, what is this? 53% of males are gamers. That's a majority. Not a very big one. Let's see. What are the what's the raw numbers? I'm curious. By region, there's a lot. Gamer demographics. That's pretty fucking close, Asmongold. 53% to 47%. It was even closer last year. 58 to 48. No, 53 to 40. I guess this is all could be accounting like non-binary people or something. Whatever. So that's interesting. What's like a raw number? How many, like, I think it says like it's 1.7 billion in male gamers to 1.4 billion female gamers. That's not that big of a difference. It's a pretty minuscule one. So, you know,
I mean, like, you can get away with being an unattractive guy in games media, but you can't get away with being an unattractive girl. And the reason why is because men are the primary audience.
Sure. Okay. Let's do some research. Last of Us 2 revenue. Sure. Well, how did it perform? Last of Us Part 2 managed to rake in $447 million in net sales in February 2022. Sold 10 million copies in just 2 years because they always complain about Last of Us 2. So that's a lot of copies sold. Last of Us Part 2 raked in over $242 million in revenue. Okay, how about Horizon Zero Dawn? Because it's another one these motherfuckers always complain about. $8.4 million. Franchise sales at $32.7 million. I just want the gross revenue here. Gross revenue. It made a revenue of about $34 million. I don't know, it seems pretty successful by all objective metrics. But wait, I thought, like, Aloy was, like, an ugly, stupid-looking bitch or something, and that's why, it, like, the game was not as successful. What happened? Well, let's do something else. What's Stellar Blade's revenue? How did it do? Royalties from sales of Stellar Blade, $43.2 million. About the same as what? About the same as what? Horizon Zero Dawn. Nowhere near as much as fucking as The Last of Us Part 2. So what's going on here? What's up? What's happening? It's a success for sure. Not gonna deny it. It was a successful title. The game did sell well. It sold a lot. Made profit. But to say it's because of the attractiveness of the main fucking character is the thing that I'm pointing out here. That's the stupid shit that I'm mostly trying to look at here. No, it's not about the relative attractiveness, quote unquote, of whatever particular fucking character. That's not the distinction that we're working with here, okay? None of these motherfuckers care about any of that shit, okay? Never been about any of that, okay? These guys could care less about any of that shit. A game is successful if it performs well on, like, a bunch of different objective metrics, right? A game is successful If it sells a lot, it makes a fucking profit. And all these games that these motherfuckers keep constantly going after, including a lot of the different movies that these guys like to go after, because it's not just games that these stupid dumbasses love to talk about. It's also movies. Birdman's Exposing the Grift sort of series is a very, very good job in cataloging a lot of this stuff. It's not about that. Asmongold is trying to push his stupid fucking right-wing talking points and bullshit on people. That's the only reason why he says the things that he says. Because he himself is a grifter. He's willing to pander to a particular fucking audience because of his political predilections. So it's not about the attractiveness of this. No. Asmongold is just trying to sell you a certain political goal, a certain political objective. That's it. Saying that, like, you know, because of the wokeness and the DEI in fucking video games, that's why games are performing worse, relatively speaking, when there's just, simply speaking, no evidence of that. It's complete fucking bullshit.
And men don't want to look at an ugly bitch. That's just a fact.
Damn. Then why did The Last of Us Part 2 make so much money? I thought Abby was an ugly bitch. What happened?
That's so aggressive.
Get mad, but that's it.
Like, it hurts my eyes, man. Why do you...
Again, like it profited by the profit of fucking $85 million, dude. Double that of Stellar Blade.
You do this to me?
Sorry.
You know, if it's not on Twitter or Reddit, most people aren't going to be reading
Somebody
it. In a lot of
say
cases,
it.
they're getting most of their information
Let's
from
be
YouTube
real.
videos.
I mean, you're just wrong, dude. You're just not right. It's inaccurate what you're saying. You're just wrong.
More than anything else, you have to adapt. You have to capitalize on that, and you have to do. You have to do
Here
anything.
comes another dozen articles. Yep. And they'll all be calling me a sexist. They'll say that I objectify.
You are a sexist. You just are. Like, again. Like, again, you are a sexist. Simply put, you just are. Like, that's why you're saying the things that you're saying. You are a sexist. Like, period. Like, I know there's probably articles of Sony complaint, like, what, just like we saw earlier. There's some articles saying that, like, they didn't make as much as they wanted to. Sure. You can, like, for the executive class within gaming, they saw it as a failure. Okay, sure. Whatever. Who cares about that? If we're talking about the objective metrics, like I talked about before in my sort of like the death of objectivity video, of talking about like how a lot of objective sort of like games reviews can get lost because of all this like culture war fucking stupid nonsense and bullshit. How a lot of good games reviews can get very, very easily lost because of like all these like culture vulture fucking morons who are sexist. Asmongold, you just are. Horizon Zero Dawn. What's like another game that like what? What's like another game that all these like stupid woke dumb fucks went after? I don't think like I know there's the new Dragon Age game, right? But I think that didn't make profit because it was just not a good game. It was just a bad game. So that definitely made a loss of profit, but there's extenuating circumstances, not because of the wokeness in the games. That's not it. Yeah, great game, bad writing. I'm just curious. Do we have like Dragon Age's like revenue? Or Dragon Age the Veilguard revenue? I'm curious. Veilguard sold 1.5 million copies in first quarter, below EA's expectations. Again, like I mentioned before, in terms of the goals of the executives within video games, a lot of them are going to say that it's failures because they didn't make them all the money every single time. Even though relatively speaking, these games are successes because they reported making a profit. Like Last of Us Part 2 is a huge success. Profit of $85 million. Let's see, Veilguard. What did it make in terms of revenue? Copies sold. Gross revenue base game. What, $31 million? 1.5 million players. Steam community says gross revenue. This is just on Steam or on Game Analytic. But this is before. Gross revenue of 6.4 million. Okay. We looked at Game Analytic before. Even Veilguard made a profit. Not to what the games industry probably wanted. Not to what EA wanted. They wanted billions of dollars, but it wasn't going to get it. Because it just had bad writing. That's why. What's like another one of these games these fucking woke, fucking stupid dipshits complain about all the time? Do you got, like, what? You got any suggestions, Boy Meets Many? I know that Assassin's Creed Shadows, we tried finding the, statistics on that. We didn't find anything, right? Did a lot of the anti-woke dipshits complain about Oblivion? That's the movie. I want Oblivion remaster remake revenue. Thank you. As per the AI overview, 37 million on Steam. Check out Game Analytic. About $110 million. Right, yeah, they were complaining about that stupid body type shit. But still, gross revenue. $110 million. They made a profit. Let me see, like, The Last of Us Part 2. I don't want the remaster. I just want The Last of Us Part 2. Okay, well, fucking whatever. This is the fucking remaster. Even the remaster of this fucking game made a profit. It's silly. It's not about attractiveness of women that's the main driver of what makes a game fucking successful. That's the point.
Defy women. I do, by the way. All the time I do.
That's so fucking... Bro, people are just gonna call me sexist, but I love objectifying women. Okay. You're not beating the sexist allegations, my dude. Like...
I'm not sorry. I'm going to keep doing it. And you're going to call me every single word except for one. And that's wrong.
You're wrong. By the way, from what I understand, these are only fucking Steam stats. We don't even have console stats. You're wrong. You're wrong. Yes. You are wrong. You're just wrong. Because again, here's why I say you're a fucking grifter. You don't actually believe in the things that you're currently saying. Or maybe you do, because you're that fucking stupid. Or maybe you don't even fucking believe in anything. Who knows what the fuck Asmongold believes. You're just saying this because you want to get the ingratiated with a particular audience. Which is why you just say complete, utter fucking nonsense. Like, I can't believe, like, Bernie never dignified Hasan for longer than 15 minutes. A 38-minute video on Bernie Sanders' channel. I don't even know if this was streamed, right? Yeah, it was streamed. This is the VOD of that. He's a busy fucking politician. He doesn't have, like, the most time to do random fucking streamers with streamer interviews. So, wrong. So I guess he's, like, an actual... I guess Hasan is a journalist now or something. Again, with the Houthi pirate situation, his last name is Al-Rashad, not Al-Houthi. So you're wrong there. And in terms of profit margins, and of course we only have the profit margins as reported from Steam, you're also wrong. You're just wrong. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're just, simply put, wrong about literally everything. And the reason why you just keep saying the stuff that you're saying is because you want to grift to a particular audience. That is it. That is all that Asmongold has ever fucking cared about. It is about ingratiation with a particular political project and audience. That's all that he's ever fucking cared about. He's just wrong, stupid, and he is incredibly boisterous about the fact that he is all wrong and stupid. So, typical fucking Asmongold being the complete fucking moron and fucking troglodyte that he is. Shouldn't be really surprising